here we are, my week 8 game versus a Dark Elf team run by a gang called Churister. He entered the division late when someone dropped out because they were having a terrible time getting pounded. That's no excuse to quit, just keep taking it, man. Anyway, he hadn't won a game all season until he won one the other day. So I'm expecting this to be relatively easy, although on the other hand I haven't won a game all season apart from the one I won. And I still think I'm a good player, so maybe it's okay. Elves, as always, tricky. I'm going to be caged the whole time, and I've made the fundamental error of losing the toss. So rather than kicking and defending against him whilst trying to make him score fast or delete his players to make it really easy in the second half into my drive, I am instead having to try and score against a full elf team, which is tricky. So needing some luck, really. He's got one mighty blow who can possibly delete my players. This guy is plus agi, which means he can dodge into the cage and do all sorts of nasties. He did have a strip ball player. We know how good I am with strip ball, but he was injured, so he sacked him before the game, which is a huge bonus for me as far as I'm concerned. He's got no reserves, which is great for me. I've got reserves, so you know I've got all the mighty blow and piling on and tackle and all the good stuff that should mean I can absolutely mash him. In my test game against the II, I typically do about 10 cas, so this is going to be easy, right? Let's see what happens. Firstly, it's a high kick event, which means I can move a player underneath the ball. It's a clean catch by the Orc. Woo! No inducements at all. TV was pretty much dead even. So step 1, build a cage. Step 2, take blocks. Now, arguably I cage up too much and give them field position. Generally speaking against elves, but you know, they're tricky little bastards and I don't like to be a button. So I had a cunning plan here that if this block worked I could then come and blitz his mighty blow guy, get him off the pitch, first hit of the game, let's do it, use the claw. I'm a little bit nervous about letting him foul me, so I don't follow up and pile on. Instead I've set this all up so I can get this guy safe. So I'm quite happy with that, but no armour break on either of those 2 hits, which is unfortunate. What we got? Armour 8 and armour 8. Armour 8 across the board by the look of it. Dark Elves. Lots of hits, lots of knockdowns, nary an armour break. Oh well, not a big drama, it's only turn 1, right? It's rather push on me. Happy days. I'm expecting to see plenty of elf screening, which is the form columns of 2 to limit my movement forward. That as a tactic doesn't concern me. I can get past that without too much problem. It's the trickier stuff that bothers me. It's a bit of a pain these got them. Oh, he's failed to dodge. So he's rolled a 1. Unfortunately, he's only got his elf screen. So it's just pick where I want to hit. He's left the guy that I'm most afraid of hittable. So obviously I'm going to go and punch him in the face. Oh yes please, mama. Oh, it's a POW. Come on, die, die, die. Oh, it's an armour break. Yes. But not injury. So I'm wondering whether I can get a foul in, but unfortunately it's a little bit tricky to get a half decent foul in. I could have got a 1 assist foul. Didn't really seem worth it, and he's stunned anyway. So I thought maybe I can reposition so that I can get a bigger foul in against him next turn. So that's kind of what I'm doing. I'm building a cage and thinking, how can I get a better foul in next turn? Troll doesn't even have to action. And the guy that I've left easiest hittable is this Lino. Unfortunately, it's the... Why have I fielded? Oh, for some reason, and this is my mistake, I've fielded the 5 SPP lineman. That's my sacrificial lineman. It's not the smartest, but you know, that's a mistake, I admit it. Should have filled the 0 SPP who I don't care if he dies. Because this guy's, I'm going to aim to have him punched all game long, and it would be much better to have a 0 SPP guy who not dead. All good. So we trade hits, and I get stunned, and he gets a knockdown. He does move guys in to protect this guy. He's well aware of the foul. So that's really taking it off the table now, I think. But I can get upfield, punch this guy. Yeah, follow up. And make some real progress up the middle end. Whilst also keeping in contact with this guy on the right, which I wouldn't have liked to put him on. So now I've got a nice strong front. I've decided not to move the troll, because I want a strong left-hand side as well. So I'm quite happy. I don't have to go too fast upfield. I just want it to be in a good position. I have left this guy dangling. Didn't quite fit into my cage. If you put too many people in a cage, then you get chain pushes opportunities, which I really don't want to give. So I have left this guy gankable. The dirty player, who of course he will choose to gank because he's never the dirty player. He's possibly seen some of my games and knows that I like to use my dirty player to full advantage. His elf screen's a bit unusual in that he's got tight sides on it. He's really kind of putting me into a half circle, which is a lot harder to move upfield against than a flat, just banks of two. I don't know much how that's going. Bang. Just a stun. Thought he'd want to do a mighty blow hit on this guy to get the removal, but no, he obviously decided it was better to go this one. Go on, fail this dodge. Doesn't fail any of his dodges, so now I'm quite hemmed in. I've got a stunned guy. But he's given me another chance to punch this guy, so I'm going to take it. He's the guy I most want off the pitch. And I can do it pretty safely, and I don't need to make progress upfield this turn. Go on, die! Just a push. Could have re-rolled it. I wanted to move the troll all the way forward up to here now, but he's not gone. So now I'm going to do a little bit of reworking to make my cage a bit safe and lose a little bit of forward progress because of it. But again, it's early enough that I don't care. I'm over a halfway line. Plenty of turns left. Doesn't bother me. And now he wants to come in and get this rear right-hand corner because it's not brilliant because if he fires up he's going to get punched by this guy. So, yeah, again, he's hitting the guy I want him to hit. I just wish it was a 0 SPP guy. Potentially some space up the left here. Oh no, because he left it forward. I probably can't. But, you know, there's things I can do. Gets him down. No removal again. Happy days. Does this... Puts this guy around the back, which is a little odd. But, you know, it's what he's done. And now he's given me this easy progress up against this file here with safe sides. So that's where I'm going to be going. Move him in. Move the ball early. And again, this time I'm leaving the extra players at the back because that's where his biggest threat for the cage is. He's probably moved this guy in the back knowing that I've been keeping the strong guys at the front. Troll happily played ball. I didn't follow up there. Probably meant to. It's probably my whole plan was to follow up. Oh yeah, but I decided I want to keep the files at the back. Yeah. So I'm building this Uber cage at the back here. Putting this guy that I want to keep safe in the middle. And not making much progress, but it doesn't matter because I'm well inside his half. And I've got a number of turns after these 3 turns. And I'm only going to make it 8 or 9 squares, so pretty happy. He does this initial move, which I think is really weird, just tagging this guy. Like, why has he done that? It didn't make any sense to me at all. Much more of a... So he's yet to make a defensive mistake of any note. And it emerges that he just wants to do a 1 dice hit, which he greets. So 1 dice hit, re-rolls it, gets a casualty. I mean, come on, that was terrible play doing a 1 dice hit. It's only a badly hurt, but I just feel I can't appo it given I'm trying to preserve the team. So that guy's off. My guard guy, who's pretty important to me, is off the pitch. For the rest of the game. So that's frustrating. Didn't even have Mighty Blow on that one. Now I'm trying to make some progress upfield again. And this time I'm going for a bit of a base-up strategy here. Just hoping the troll works. It does, thankfully. Get him in this corner. The good news about what he's done is, you know, he's left all my players free to move. So if I put a wall down this left-hand side, if they fail their dodges, I can get some punches in. And also have a strong at the back. And keep this nice and strong. Keep this guy tucked in the back. So I'm, you know, 2 turns left. I'm well up the pitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Just need to make 3 squares next turn and don't even have to do a GFI. Or 1 square with 2 GFIs. Haven't even used a reroll yet. He's coming in for a hit. Just a push. Rerolls it. You know, and maybe now is the time to start greeding hits. And then he kills Igor. Ah, you know I said I shouldn't have fielded the 5-star player point guy? Well, I really shouldn't. And I thought long and hard about the Apo there, but I thought, no, chances are, the way he's going, he's going to kill one of my good guys. And, you know, although a 5-star player point lineman is nice, he's nowhere near as nice as some other players, even a Black Hawk. You know, it's hard to replace Black Hawks. It cost money. It cost me a fortune last time to replace the Black Hawk that died. Whereas Line Orcs, I just get a lone Line Orc. That's my roster reduced to 11, which is not good on a permanent basis, which is not good. So, I can get forward here. Notice using the Black Hawk there, because I couldn't get the assist in. So, using a Strength 4 guy to get the hit was the better play. And of course that one resulted in an instant removal, one without Mighty Blow. I've got this nice, big, firm, strong cage. I move myself for 3 squares forward. Happy days. The back strong against these guys. Got this guy tucked in where it's safe. Got all my guard, you know, protecting my 2 key players so we can get a cheap hit on them. He just can't get, because of the guard, he can't get hits on them easily. If he'd put all his resources into it, he could have punched away this guy and got a 2 dice hit on this guy, but, you know, he's also trying to stop me scoring. So he just goes for a 1 dice. 1 dice blitz. Not the greatest move in the world, and this gets him a push. He sent this guy down as a canoring threat, i.e. a scoring threat where you haven't even got the ball yet. What are you worried about? And you haven't even got a plan to get the ball. Fails a dodge, which is great news for me. And doesn't re-roll, even better news. So that was the first mistake. That's the first mistake he's yet made. Because in order to move upfield, all I have to do is this Black Hawk needs to punch this guy off the corner, and just with a push, I can then blitz with somebody to get this guy just for a push. So 2 pushes, and I'm going up the pitch. Oh, better than a push, which means I can now blitz with one of my guys who I want to get star player points on. Strength 3 guy. Move him out of the way so that this guy who I want to get star player points on can go and do the blitz. Then just need a push. Just get a push. And because I've got reroll remaining, no GFI is required. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I've got a safe 2 dice with block here that's worth me taking because the odds of it failing are 1 in 1,296, and it might get me some star player points. Knocks him down, but nothing. There's no other hits that I can take because I've used my blitz. So that was tough. He made the mistake just the right time. He should have re-rolled it, and then it would have been harder for me to move upfield. Not impossible, because I had the guy touching the other side, but it would have been harder. It was about the same. I needed a push and 2 pushes, and I was going to score there because he left it in base contact. So I set up anti-1 turn because, you know, he's got a pretty good chance for 1 turn. He's got a movement 8 and he's got 2 frenzy pieces. It's so, with frenzy pieces, it's so easy to get 4 pushes and progress the ball. Get, you know, this guy carrying the ball well down the pitch. But he was talking in chat. He said, "Oh, I don't even try them." It's like, really? Well, that makes you a loser then, doesn't it? But, so I set up for it, which makes these guys are easily hittable, but it makes it hard to get the pushes on them. They're separated out. You can't use my guys to do the chain pushes. So anyway, he's not doing it. One turn. But what he does is hilarious. He decides that before he does any of these lovely pushes, he's got a mighty blow hit on a Black Hawk and all sorts. He'll go and try and pick up the ball with his Witch Elf to lob a pass to get 1-star player point on it. Just absolute madness. You just don't do that. You know, because you mighty blow, you've got a decent chance of getting some star player points. Then we've already got 4 out of the bloody game by the 2 cabbies. Anyway, so now I've got to defend. So I do this slightly unorthodox defence. The idea of this is it denies him hits on the LOS, because I've got strength 4 everywhere. And the only real punches you can come around to do in terms of blitz is these back corner guys, who are the linos, who I don't care much about. Yeah, look, it's that 0 point guy. Where were you in the first half? Oh yeah, off the pitch. Let's see what the result is. Blitz! Which means I get free hit. Fantastic. That means I can come in and again try and gank this guy, who, if he does score fast, I want him off the pitch so it's easy for me to move up the pitch. I can also somewhat defend this side. Go on, kill him. Get the pow. I've hit this guy with mighty blows 3 or 4 times now. Not broken his armour. Well, no, I've broken his armour, but that also lets me shore up this line here and bring this guy in over here so that he can't bring a guy in here to get a 2 dice against my Black Orc with his mighty blow guy. So obviously I've moved the guy that's stretching before out the way. So that's great news for me. A blitz. I mean, I'm not going to get the ball and do things that elves do when they get blitz, but he starts his turn by doing his pass play. I'll say it again. He started his turn doing his pass play. That's a 1 in 6, followed by a 1 in 6. That's 2 1 in 6 chances to turn over. And he did have to use a reroll because of it. Didn't do any of these. Well, to be honest, he hasn't got any good hits. That was a 1-dicer. This one is a 1-dicer. So that's 2 1-dice hits. You know, I've really made it hard for him to do anything. Yeah, and he hasn't got any rerolls on any of these. Dodge. A 1 on that. And he turns over. This one is the one that I was incredulous about. That's a GFI to get to here for a 1 dice, which if he only gets a push, is following up into a -2 dice, i.e. red dice, and I get to choose. Unbelievable. I was incredibly, incredibly lucky to get away with that. It's a terrible play. Fails the next dodge. But the other thing that's bad about it is he's left this Witch Elf absolutely in my backfield. And should I choose to, I can blitz her and foul her. Move this guy to cover the centre. Always like to have a tackler in the centre in case he runs down the sides. I'm going in here with a piling on hit that I can take. I can take a piling on hit because I'm pretty safe from being fouled back here. Massive chance of me removing her with that. Get this guy out of the way. I want to make it even harder for him to get around to foul me. Move these guys across. So he can't get in the middle. They're protected so he can't get 2 dice with the mighty blow guy. Take this hit. Oh, it's worked. Got a troll hit here. Moving a little bit here. Oh, just a push and a troll hit. Could have followed there, but he could have then gang 2 dice to my troll, which I didn't fancy much. And I decided, yeah, I will go for the foul because, quite frankly, the result doesn't matter. Apart from it gives me more chance to score points, and if I can get him down some men, I can start doing more damage to him. So I do get a kill, but his apothecary works, so it just goes to substitutes. But that is a Witch Elf removed, which is fantastic. At the expense of leaving this guy hanging out to dry. So I am taking a 2 dice on this Black Orc, which I don't like, but that's what it is. Just a push. I'll take it. And then it's starting to look like all these players here that he's probably going to push down this side. I am a little out of position. Because of that foul, I moved a lot of players over here. But I did get my protection centaur, so that was good. He fails a dodge away. to be fair, he does roll quite a lot of ones in this game. I am an arguer to move this Black Orc to cover that. And in the end I decided, yeah, I would. And I want to get the Troll into here to cause all manner of grief to him. I really want the Troll in this corner here, so it makes it hard for him to reverse. And the Troll goes stupid. Thanks, Troll. So that makes life a bit hard for me this turn. Bring him back to cover the centre. Can't quite get there, but probably good enough. And this guy back for the assist on the hit. Push this guy into danger, but you know, arguably not a great move. Arguably should just put him here, because now he's only going to move, well, no players. Well, going to move one player in to get hit. Move this player off to cover. These guys are just covering. Yeah, I didn't want him that far over. He must be able to cover both sides because he might still reverse. Oh, I'll move the strength guy into the centre because the Troll wasn't doing his job. Get the knockdown, which is good. But I mean, this guy's likely to get punched next turn. So yeah, this letting the Black Orc get hit, probably not the smartest in the world. For the cost of just one punch, one movement in. I wanted to soak up more actions, so I should have put him on this guy here. Should have been in that square. So that was a mistake. Here comes the punch on my dude. I only got stunned, which didn't help me either. Just a push, that's kind of useful. Just going to possibly progress this guy forward. Yeah, that's his new scoring threat. Quite a potent scoring threat, plus edge. Lob the ball to him and all sorts. Obviously not going to lob it to him this turn, but again, I don't mind if he scores fast. That's fine for me. It gives me a chance to win the game, which I don't care about winning, but that's a chance to get 3 more star player points by scoring a touchdown, which I'd really like to do. Ideally on Hagob. Okay, so he's failed, so he's now free to move. That's great. So it's figuring out the best way to do this. So I still want to block off the reverse. The Troll position there doesn't really do it. That doesn't really do it either. He's got this guy free. If I cover the centre, at least they can't go far on reverse. We've got a long way around. He's obviously coming for the assist. And about now, I really wish this guy had been in the square where I thought he'd been, because then he could have gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and had the far left 2 here, so he couldn't have got down the side. So arguably that was a bad move, him sitting central. I should have just left him over to one side. And that didn't do a lot either. So maybe I should have done the hit first and then moved him. So I've done the hit afterwards. I could have pushed him to here and brought him in. You know, it is what it is. This guy's not really providing much cover back there. I didn't want to follow up with this guy because then he's likely to get hit and I don't lose my good players. And then I roll a bunch of pushes for the rest of the turn, which really doesn't help. A few knockdowns there would have helped a lot. So not the great dice that turn. Push, push, pushity push. Not a single knockdown, a bunch of pushes. Which makes it very easy for him to punch through. He decides that he wants to do a GFI here. I didn't think it was necessary. And, you know, rolls another 1. So now he's got a scoring threat. He's not in a terrible position here. There's nobody who can actually score this goal. And he fails his spell, which is good. The good news is I did have tackle on him. So that was... He hasn't got dodge, so it doesn't make a difference. So I really need to lock down this back way out. I'll wimp out a bit on it. Probably should have tagged him. And instead I just keep up the screen. And if I'd tagged him, it would have been better. I think if I just tag him, that's probably good enough. That was a bad move. I shouldn't have done it. Should have done this hit first, seen what happens. And then decided where I wanted him. Because now I want him to square forward, so he's touching these guys and protecting me. So it's one of those that I shouldn't have done the safe move first. So I've got him quite hemmed in here, so... I mean, there are ways of him getting out, but probably correctly he decides to switch. not the greatest play in the world, this, because I can blitz this guy with this Black Orc with a couple of GFIs. Dodges away and fails to quick dodge. Now, I'm quite out of position, but again, I don't care if he scores. It doesn't cost me anything in terms of star player points if he scores. I just want to punch his guys. You know, I'll try and stop it. I'll try and turn him over and get the ball if I can. And there's a chance of that with this guy on his own. I just want to punch his guys and get star player points. Could have followed that, but I don't want to get surfed. But again, maybe I should have followed it. But really, just keep his players hemmed in if you can. I'd rather follow the ball. Just to push, which is unfortunate. Can tag this guy, and then I've saved it all up for this 2 GFI punch on the ball, which I make the GFIs and take the ball down and stun the player. Now, short of catching the ball, at least it's fallen into my tackle zone, and that means lets me come over and cover this guy. So now I've got this guy free at the back. It's cover, so it's looking all right. He hasn't got long to score. I mean, Elves are really hard to stop him scoring. They can do all kinds of bullshit. He doesn't play it particularly well, I don't think. I don't think putting this guy next to the ball here really did a lot. Gets away with some dodges there. Oh, he doesn't roll ones. Does a 1 dice, which, you know, is only a push. And I guess he's going to try and pick the ball up. But he can't go very far. Eventually ends up going backwards. You couldn't bring it forwards. Couldn't bring it left. And that's the only place where I don't get an instant blitz on it with this guy. So this is the turn where I've got to play carefully here. Try what at least works. So my players, I'm going to try and screen off these guys to keep them out of the action. These guys are out of the action. And then I can just gang up on these guys with what I can afford to split. Now I could have 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, I can't go any further than this with Black Orcs, so I can't do a wide screen. So he has got a chance of getting around it a bit. But you know, it's the best I can do. I'm stopping from getting through the middle by doing the same here. So I'm just trying to control the pitch. Bring this guy across to cover. Let this guy try and hold him down. Blitz, not the ball carrier, but the guy next to him. He's gone down, so now I can follow up. So I'm tagging both of these, and I've got the guy on the ball. Move this guy up, again denying some space. Can't get through here, he's got around the back somewhere. And then this guy can actually get up to tag him with a GFI. And then I thought, because, you know, I don't give a shit. And it did stun him, but I got sent off. I wasn't affecting play over there anyway. If at least got a stun, that guy who's his best chance to catch it and score this turn is out of the game. So it's not looking terrible at the moment. This is his next best chance. This guy could get it next turn. Gets the push, which gives him the freedom of movement, so that's a little bit annoying. I couldn't have made it one more square over, could I? Would have been good if I had. Whether I could, I can't remember. So again, he's doing the classic play of lobbing it to a guy who already acted. He gets the knockdown, that block, but that wasn't the right move. And, you know, again, like I say, I pretty much took them out of the equation by putting that line in there. So what I've got is I've got this fella, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, who can 2 dice the ball on his own. And then I've got this fella that can do stuff, and this guy stands up to cancel the assist because I'm going to be hitting him from that square. So that's not looking too bad. I mean, it's not brilliant, but it's not too bad. I've got a reroll for the hit on the ball. I want a hit here. Star player points. I want to contact him up so that I can get some punches if he starts failing some stuff. Come on, Kaz him. I'll get him down at least. Didn't let's go a bit too far over here because he's got men over there. It comes my way, that's good. That does not go my way, which is unfortunate. I decided to go to here, and then I think actually, because of his agi up, I better try and get the ball here. GFI fails, I think I can't use a reroll now for the pickup, and the pickup fails. So that's a bit unfortunate, so I'm going to take this one last hit over here for this SPP. But ball in hand is worth 2 in the bush. I can't score, I haven't got scoring threats up, but you know, that's not my issue. My issue is stopping him scoring for the glorious win and trying to punch him. Does this GFI, which I think he needed to do, because what he's looking to do is dodge away to here so he can punch this guy. So we needed this guy here as the assist to make it 2 dice. There's a dodge, 1, don't roll a 1, rolls the pow annoyingly. No tackle zones in the ball. Pick up if you don't roll 1 or 2, and he scores. So, you know, well done to him, he's got his 3-star player points. But, the worst thing is I couldn't get the Kaz going. Look at that. Blimey. This Kaz box has got nobody in it. Look, nobody. Haven't got enough hits in. It's the quantity of hits. This is why, although Elves have got low AC, you don't get the quantity of hits in against them. Apart from Joey, because he played, that Dark Elf had played, and he marked me a lot. I punched him to bits. It's just really hard to A, beat Elves, and B, hurt them. So I've got 1 turn, and I can't score. It's not possible with this, unless I've got 11 orcs on the pitch, and I haven't got 11 orcs on the pitch. Or a goblin, which I haven't got, because I sacked a little blighter. So it's really, how much casualty can I do to him? And can I gloriously throw a pass with Hagob and get him a star player point? I would really like it. I think I hint to the guy, come on touchback, so that he maybe gives me a bigger chance of touchbacking by putting it right on the edge for his kick. But no, I don't think he does that. He's supposed to be right in the middle. So what I've got here is 3 decent blocks plus a blitz, all on 2 dice. Looking for some cats. This is 2 GFIs for Hagob to pick it up. It's like, oh, come on, man. It's all planned. Move him in. 2 dice with him. Nothing. This guy can get a 2 dice. Follow up, pile on. Nothing. I don't want to use reroll, so I want to use that for the pass. This guy can get 2 dice. A push. Shit's that. This guy can come around and blitz. The loner. So both down, but luckily I've got block, he doesn't. Which means a troll. Take 3 dice. Nothing. This guy, 2 dice. Nothing. I mean, all those hits and 1 knockdown. It's just... So I decided I'm going to go for it. I'm going to do the first GFI, and if he makes the first GFI, without using a reroll, I'll do the second one. So the thing is, if you fall over, there's a risk of injury. And I don't want this guy to get hang on. And of course, second GFI. Fails. Reroll it. Makes the GFI. Fails to pick up. No star player points. Crying into my handkerchief. Terrible, terrible, terrible. But look! He gets the MVP, so he levels! Yes! So this game, I earned 3 star player points on Azug, putting him up to 10. Great. And 5 on Hagob. You know, no Kaz star player points. You know, I got... Well, wait a minute, somebody Kaz somebody. Oh, it was a foul. I fouled his woman. And he got 2 Kaz. Well, I'm armour 9. Grrr. One of his passes. And he got 10 points on this guy. Bloody hell. That was a result, wasn't it? So, yeah, I didn't lose for once. I got a draw. That was my best chance to get some real level ups. And I'd really targeted getting a TD on Bork, a couple of Kaz on Triton, Hagob, Igug. Instead, Igug dies. And the only level I get is Hagob. But it is a good one, because I'll take block on Hagob. And that will make me a better team. And it will help in next week's game if I choose to play it. Why would I not choose to play it? Well, the reason I would not choose to play it is because the guy I am playing next week is the Undead. Where are they? Here. They've got 1650 TV. It's about 150 more than me. They've got 150k in the bank, so they can buy inducements if they want to. They've got 14 players, and they've got a stadium that gives him and me a bribe. And you'll note he's got 2 dirty players. One there, and one here. And I watched his last game, and his game plan is just to kick the other team to pieces. And even if I get some removals... Oh, and he's also got 1, 2, 3, 4 Mighty Blow. And a Strength Up. You know, the chance of me winning this game are so astronomically bad. The chance of me losing my team... Well, I mean, against 1 Mighty Blow, I lost 1 player. You know, it's really not a game that you want to play when there's nothing to gain. So I'm going to probably be busy next week. I need to think about it, but I'm probably just not going to be available. I'm not going to play the game. Because, you know, if you've got a decent excuse, you can get away with not playing the game. It feels dirty and wrong, but, you know, they're not going to suspend me for that. So, yeah, bit of a downer. Bit of a downer. But, I mean, okay, the good news is that, that draw, let me see. Here we go, the draw. So at the moment, the guy that I play is the guy at the bottom. He has got 1 win, 2 draws, and he's 2 points behind me. By getting that draw, he stays 2 points behind me. And that means that if he wins his next game, he will finish ahead of me in the league and I'll be bottom. But if he doesn't, there's no way he can get above me. But, you know, I'm sort of happy to throw my match. I'm on 14-20 TV. I actually lost TV that game because I lost a player. And I only rolled 10 for winnings as well. So I haven't even got barely enough winning to replace the Orc. And, you know, it doesn't feel like it's a good time to be playing. If I could have replaced him, but I mean, my plan was buy a few linemen, play with more linemen on the pitch, see what happens. But that's just gone. You know, that's just gone because I haven't got the money to do it. So my team value has dropped down to 1500. I'll go up by 20 because of the level. But that's it, 1520. And I'm against a guy who, like I say, is 1650. He's almost 150 ahead of me. The best inducement I can get is maybe a wizard that might help me win the game, but it won't stop me smashing into bits, and the win is absolutely irrelevant. So, yeah, bit of a drama. Anyway, yeah, I think I was probably a little unlucky in that game. My big mistake, like I say, was fielding the 5-star player points lineman. I should have fielded the 0-star player point lineman, knowing I was going to use him for the sacrificial goat. But such is life, onwards and upwards, and I will see what happens next week. Thanks for watching.